Borno is arguably the most talked about state in northeast Nigeria at the moment. Having suffered from decade-long insurgency, it has transformed rapidly in infrastructure and a model of economic prosperity. Welcome to Borno Restoration. I am Jesse Tafida. But first, let's bring you up to speed with Borno Today. The Zulum Palliative program is an additional response to the economic hardships that Borno people are facing. About 53,000 homes from 7 local council areas will profit this time around. The program is being launched in the town of Biu.
In continuation of our efforts to provide food and non-food items to the less privileged in the society. As I earlier mentioned, most of the local government areas in southern Borno are not deeply affected by the insurgency. And that is why less effort is being made by the state government to distribute food items. However, because of the current food crisis that we are facing, government has decided to come in to the aid of the people and support them with food and non-food items. Therefore, I urge all of you to maintain law and order, so that each and every one of you will benefit from this program.
To increase agricultural productivity, another 100 million naira was given to 2,000 farmers.
We thank God that the governor has done it very big. I think it's only Borno State that is visible in terms of this palliative, impactful palliative distribution. I hope the other states will also copy and because people need food right now.
Residents of Biu, Shani, Chibok, Askirauba, Kwayakusar, Bayo and Howell all benefited from the palliative program. Beneficiaries are appreciative of the gesture and are hopeful that this will lessen their pain. The World Bank has said 7 states across the northeast and northwest regions of the country may suffer food crisis due to high levels of insecurity and armed conflict that has reduced the standards of living across the region. Lake Chad, which was formerly one of the biggest bodies of water in Africa, is gradually drying up. This is caused by climate change, an issue that the world leaders are very concerned about. The region now faces a severe water shortage due to the lake's water contraction, which poses a serious threat to the livelihoods of over 50 million people who call the place a home. This problem is being addressed with the creation of Azare Water Works. It is one of the 8 major water projects of the Zulum-led administration.
The entire facility is powered by 22,000 megavolts solar energy. The project also consists of a facility office, pump house, gate house, perimeter fencing, and also construction of over 3-kilometer distribution network to Azare town from the facility, and pension point of batteries of taps separate across the city, across the town in various locations.
It is my singular honor and privilege to commission the Azare Mega Water Works today, to the glory of God and to the benefit of this community.
This project includes an approximately 565,000 litre reservoir, a 400,000 litre corrugated surface tank, and an overhead 165,000 litre tank located 12 meters above ground. It is expected that this move by the Zulum administration will bring about better access to water, good hygiene conditions and sanitation for local communities. These are remnants of shelters destroyed by fire at Faria IDP camp, Maiduguri. Over 10,000 people were affected by the inferno, making them homeless. Some of the IDPs are trying to make a place to lay their heads. Barely 24 hours after this camp was raised, a group is here with relief items to be distributed to survivors of the inferno. Executive Director Frat Foundation says the items are to serve as immediate relief before other aid follows.
As national organizations, the most closest to the affected populations, we deem it fit that we must do this response within 24 hours in order to alleviate their sufferings. This thing happened yesterday night. In the morning, our team were here to conduct assessment. Immediately, they do the assessment report. We gather all the resources we have at our disposal to come to see that we alleviate the sufferings of the people here in this camp. And one of the priority needs was water, and there was water trucking activities, as you can see, in order to provide the people with access to safe drinking water, especially during the season of Ramadan.
Almost 10,000 people are living in this camp, and almost everything is being destructed here. As you can see, almost all the houses are burnt down, and imagine how they are going to have access to shelter. There is no access to shelter. Women and girls are in vulnerable states, and they can be violated.
The IDPs were in such need that they were unable to wait patiently for their share, and the situation became chaotic. Even though victims appreciate the gesture, much more is still needed to meet the needs of the survivors of the inferno. The destruction here is quite massive, and survivors are still counting their losses. It is hoped that appropriate steps will be taken to forestall future reoccurrence of such disasters in camps. It's another phase of Governor Babagana Zulum Palliative Distribution Program. This time around, residents of Jere and MMC are beneficiaries. $100,000 bags of rice, 100,000 bags of maize, and 100,000 bags of millet is set to be distributed. Young and old, all waited patiently for their turn to get their share. Governor Babagana Zulum said this gesture will continue until the end of his tenure. He appreciates support of President Tinubu for making this program a success.
We are here today to plaque up the distribution of food items to 100,000 beneficiaries from Maiduguri Metropolitan and its environs. Because all the preceding food distribution exercise that we have been conducting in Borno State, almost all were being carried out in other local government areas of Borno State. Today, because of the crisis that we are having in terms of food crisis, we decided to come and then start the plaque of the distribution exercise within Metropolitan and its environs, because this community have not been benefiting from our food distribution exercise immensely compared to other communities in Borno State. And that is why we are here. Almost everybody in Nigeria is aware of the current hardship that people are facing in terms of food crisis. This is number one reason why I decided to do so. Secondly, Borno State has been witnessing insurgency since 2009 to date. Wherever there is insurgency, we may experience food crisis because people may not have the opportunity to cultivate their agricultural lands. This has informed the decision of Borno State government to start the distribution of food and non-food items to the displaced communities in Borno State since 2009 to date. But the Metropolitan Council is not a displaced community, but they are affected by the problem because of the economic hardship that we are facing now. So that has been one of the reasons why we decided to distribute food items within Metropolitan.
When is this going to stop?
100,000. Whenever we finish it, we shall stop it. But we have started plugging up, and you can see the quantum of food here. At least today we shall finish about 50,000. While the remaining 50,000 will be finished, inshallah, within the next few days. But my intention is not to stop at 50,000, 100,000. We believe before the Ramadan season, we shall reach up to 200,000 population. As long as I am the governor of Borno State, I will continue to provide the palliatives because it is necessary. But I want to advise the general public that the distribution of palliatives to the people is not sustainable. The quantum of money needed to provide this assistance is huge, and Borno State government cannot shoulder the responsibility of doing so. I'm also commending the federal government of Nigeria because we do used to receive support from the Northeast Development Commission, from NEMA, from Nigerian Customs Service, on the directives of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I want to commend them, and I want to appeal to the people of Borno State that they should remain calm and law-abiding. What we are facing in Nigeria is a global crisis. It's a global phenomenon. Federal government of Nigeria has started addressing some of the problems that we are facing. You have seen the Naira has started appreciating within the last 2 days. Federal government is doing everything possible to address this economic hardship, and therefore I want people of Borno State to remain calm and support the federal government of Nigeria, support the state government, as the state government and federal government are doing everything possible within our reach in order to cushion the effect of the hardship. I want to stress it again that it's not sustainable for government of Borno State nor the federal government to continue providing food assistance to the population. What we need is to invest in commercial agriculture. What we need is to invest in subsistence agriculture. The federal government has recently rolled out farming program under the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. This is what we call medium and longer term sustainable solution. I cannot also continue like this. I'm providing food to the most vulnerable population. But you have seen what we have started few months ago. We are investing in commercial agriculture. We are investing in irrigated agriculture. I'm calling upon all people of Metropolitan Council who don't have access to marketing and other means of their livelihood to engage in agricultural activities. Government will provide free buses. Government will provide agricultural inputs for them and support them with some cash so that they shall go and cultivate their lands beginning from this rainy season. We have started distribution of food items and non-food items since 2011 to date, and we are doing our best. A few days ago, I heard some people saying they want to go to the bush because government, let them go to the bush. What we are doing, I think, is enough. But as a responsible government, we shall continue to do our best in order to cushion the effect of the hardship. But we shall not condone laxity, indiscipline from any group of people who are trying to sabotage the government. Some are trying to instigate people so that they should do riot unnecessarily. We shall not accept. Government is doing everything possible to provide the palliatives. But let me warn the people of Borno that anybody who decided to take the law into his own hands, deliberately want to instigate people, politicize the ongoing food crisis, government will deal with them ruthlessly. What you are doing is not based on religion or based on ethnicity. We advise the community to select the most vulnerable in the population, the bottom poor, 100 bottom poor, 100,000. And this will go a long way in alleviating the sufferings of the masses.
This will go a long way in alleviating the suffering of the people of my constituency. My constituents are happy, and I want to use this medium to thank His Excellency the Governor for this wonderful initiative. We were taught how to empower people and how to bring infrastructural development to whatever position we are saddled with. So that is the only secret. The Kashim Shettima School of Thought believe in infrastructural development, massive empowerment, job creation, and then above all, creating an enabling environment for our teeming populace to always sleep with their two eyes closed. The renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a robust agenda for the federal government of Nigeria. We all belong to the All Progressives Congress, and that as leaders of various political offices, particularly those of us in the National Assembly, we have no option than to key in to the developmental programs of His Excellency the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria through his renewed hope agenda to bring succor to our people by formulating policies and programs, or by passing laws and sponsoring bills that will add value to the livelihood of our constituents. So I want to assure you that all hands must be on deck to support both the federal government and the state government under the distinguished leadership of His Excellency Professor Babagana Zulum, the Executive Governor of Borno State.
He has been in this palliative exercise, and that one was mainly for the returnees, those who have been brought back to Maiduguri as IDPs. So at the time when there was an improvement in the security situation of the local governments, most of the IDPs were returned to their ancestral homes. So the governor took the feign for the intervention, fending when the situation will stabilize. That is, for them to go back to their farmlands, to go back to their petty businesses. That was the area of his intervention periodically. But for now, the one of Maiduguri Metropolitan, during that exercise, those who are residing in Maiduguri, they were not beneficiaries, but they were complaining that the governor is a rural man. He considered the rural people, all the products, the pump, the foodstuffs were taken to the localities. So there was a lot of talks. So the governor now sat down and brainstormed and saw that because of the high cost of food items in the country, as well as the high cost of the fuel product prices, there is need for such intervention even for those who are in the urban centers. So that's why he initiated this program, and he now beat his chest to bring out 100,000 bags of rice, 100,000 bags of maize, and 100,000 bags of millet. So that, and this is specifically for Maiduguri Metropolitan, which is consisting of 15 wards, and Jere consisting of 12 wards. So the total number of residents within Maiduguri and environs are going to benefit from this 100,000 food stamp. That is the brain behind. You know, the government of Borno State receiving very meager resources from the Federation account, but he has blocked all the leakages, and he has made personal sacrifice that he don't want to interfere with anything to do with public funds. Whatever comes to Borno State government, after payment of salaries, he consider distribution this money to all the sectors of the economy, be it humanitarian crisis, be it infrastructure, and be it human capital development. So all the resources that is meant to Borno State government that has been received from the Federation account has been given to the downtrodden. That is the only reason why the governor is in the all areas of the economy.
For 7 hours, the governor supervised the distribution exercise to ensure there are no sharp practices. This gesture is part of Governor Babagana Zulum's palliative program of cushioning the effects of the economic hardship. Beneficiaries say this will go a long way in alleviating their sufferings. And that's our package on this episode of Borno Restoration. I am Jessie Tafida. Thanks for watching. And always remember that good leadership is as important as the followers.